Our story begins in 1930s France, where Henri Charrière, nicknamed Papillon, is living the high life as a skilled safecracker. He works for the Parisian underworld, stealing from the wealthy. But his luck runs out when he's framed for a murder he didn't commit. The authorities sentence him to life in prison, sending him to the brutal French penal colony in French Guiana, a place notorious for being impossible to escape from. Papillon is shackled and thrown onto a prison transport ship. Here, he meets Louis Dega, a wealthy but timid forger convicted for financial crimes. Dega is weak and clearly not built for the harsh conditions ahead, but he's carrying a lot of money hidden in his body, making him a prime target for violent inmates. Sensing an opportunity, Papillon offers Dega protection in exchange for financial support. Dega, realizing he won't survive without help, agrees. This partnership sets the foundation for an unbreakable bond. The prisoners arrive at Devil's Island, an inescapable fortress of suffering. The jungle heat is unbearable, guards are merciless, and the inmates are left to fend for themselves. Brutality is the law. If you're weak, you die. Papillon and Dega soon experience the horrors of the prison. Executions and beatings are common. Guards are corrupt and ruthless. Disease and starvation are constant threats. Papillon, however, refuses to be broken. He immediately starts plotting his escape. Papillon teams up with Dega and a few others, including a prisoner named Charrière, who claims to have outside connections. They bribe a guard, steal supplies, and make a break for it. However, their plan goes sideways when Charrière betrays them. The escape fails, and Papillon is captured. As punishment, he's thrown into solitary confinement, a lightless, cramped cell where survival is almost impossible. For 2 years, Papillon endures brutal conditions. He barely eats, barely speaks, and is left in near-total darkness. The guards try to break his spirit, but he refuses to give them the satisfaction. When he tries to keep his strength up by talking to himself, the guards punish him by reducing his food rations. His only source of hope? A hidden stash of food, secretly provided by Dega, proving that their friendship is still intact. After being released from solitary, Papillon finds Dega in terrible shape, weakened and barely holding on. But he hasn't given up hope. He hatches another escape plan. This time, they build a raft and try to flee by sea. They manage to escape the island, but the ocean is unforgiving. A massive storm wrecks their raft, separating them. Papillon barely survives, washing up on a shore, only to be recaptured again. For his repeated escape attempts, Papillon is sent to Devil's Island, a maximum security section of the prison. This place is even worse than before, a rocky island where prisoners are completely cut off from the outside world. Years pass, and Papillon grows old, but his will to escape never fades. Now an aging man, Papillon observes that the island is surrounded by high cliffs and crashing waves, making escape seemingly impossible. But he's not giving up. He comes up with a daring plan. Using coconut shells as a makeshift floating device, he jumps off a high cliff into the ocean. The waters are violent, and the risk of drowning is high, but Papillon takes the leap of faith. The final scene shows him floating away into the distance, leaving behind years of imprisonment and suffering. We learn that Papillon survived. He eventually made it to Venezuela, where he wrote a book about his experience. The real-life Henri Charrière's memoir became a bestseller, proving that his story was not just about escaping prison, but about the unbreakable human spirit. Papillon's story is one of endurance, loyalty, and the relentless pursuit of freedom. Despite betrayal, torture, and years of isolation, he never let the prison break him. His journey reminds us that even in the darkest places, hope and determination can lead to freedom.